Greetings, Masandawana. Greetings, Remo Stars Football Club supporters. I am back with the latest installment of the Yellow Corner, bringing you the preview of our second leg clash in the CAF Champions League second preliminary rounds, as we'll be taking on Nigerian champions Remo Stars on Sunday afternoon at 3:30 at Loftus Versfeld. Very happy to be back at Loftus after playing all our games at Lucas Moripe Stadium this season, and yeah, the less said about the pitch here, Moripe, the better, man. By the way, 9 years ago, we became African champions for the very first time on the 23rd of October 2016. We went to Egypt, man. So, yeah, man, it's sad that it has taken us so long to replicate it, but yeah, hopefully in the near future we'll be champions once again. I miss that feeling of continental glory, man, but hopefully the boys and the technical team and the club as a whole will make us proud this season, man. Looking back at the first leg against Remo Stars, where we absolutely buttered them, we beat them 5-1. I must take my head off to the technical team for the plan that they came up with and how the players executed it. And I think we gave a great performance, a really, really good performance by the boys and the technical team, you know, very dominant all-round performance. You know, we created goals and we got chances, we created chances, and we took them. Hey, the only sad thing or a bit of a downer coming out of that game was Mali's injury, man. Hey, it looked nasty, man. I couldn't watch the replays because I didn't. At first glance, it didn't look really good, you know. But after watching Coach Cardoso's press conference leading up to the second leg, he said it is not as bad as we feared, you know. So, yeah, man, speedy recovery to Mali, man. But apart from that, yeah, no, great performance by the boys, man. Having done so well in the first leg, man, what do we do going into the second leg? Do we rest the key players, the regulars, and give other players a chance? Because I think we find ourselves in a very tricky situation, because at the end of the day, man, 5-1 it tells you that this is a dead rubber, you know. But to build a rhythm, momentum, players need to play together on a regular basis or consistently, you know, to understand each other, you know. So what then do you do? Do you play I need to find a better way to use when I talk about the main team or regulars, you know, because it's like I'm undermining the guys who are not so regular, you know. Do you play your best 11 to build that rhythm, or do you give guys who haven't played much a chance? Because let's be honest, the best way to judge everyone is through game time, you know, and you also want your players to be almost on par when it comes to match fitness. So it is very, very tricky, man. Like I'm glad I'm not a Cardoso going into this game, because at the end of the day, players, you need to try and keep players happy, you know, and the only way players are happy is when they are playing, apart from when they need their money, when you need to pay them, when they need to get paid, but they always want to be on the field of play. So this is a bit of a tricky situation for Cardoso going into this game. And another thing we need to take into consideration is that the team hasn't been playing for a while now. This was our first game after a while, you know, after the FIFA international break. So when you chop and change, when do you build rhythm? But at the end of the day, when do you see if so-and-so will be ready when called upon? Because the only way to see that, like I said, is through game time. So this is really, really tricky for Cardoso, man. Having lost 5-1 at home, man, conceding 5 away goals, what will Remo Stars be playing for? What's there to play for Remo Stars? I think it's two things, man. I think it's player exposure and playing for the pride of for the club, the pride of the club, because I mean after being humiliated so like that at home, man, and yeah, no, and Nigerian football content creators didn't take too kindly to how their champions were embarrassed like that at home, So I think they don't want that to happen again in the second leg. So you try and play for pride and then player exposure. I mean, this is a big chance for their players to sell themselves, the likes of Samson, Adedayo, Oyawa, this is a big chance for them to sell themselves to South African clubs and even the broader market, African teams will definitely be watching because the big guns will be looking at Sundowns, trying to plan for them in an event that they are drawn against us in the group stages. By the way, the draw will take place on the 3rd of November. It will be a Monday. So, yeah, man, teams will be looking, scouts will be watching, so there's no better chance for them to sell themselves like they will get a chance on when are we playing again on Sunday, and to be honest, man, I think man the Nigerian league isn't it, man. The standard and the quality of the league, man, is down bad, like you look at I'll give you an example of something like not so big, but very big at the same time. You look at how we arrived at the stadium in Nigeria, the bus that we used, and then you look at the bus that our opponents, the home team, used. Like back in the day, it was the opposite in the Champions League when you were forced, the opponents were forced to arrange everything for you when you went to play away, like they'll give you that type of a bus and we stadium, but now that we are able to do all these things for ourselves, the planning, you look at the bus that we used and the one that they used, man, it tells you, hey, man, we are oceans apart, and I think the champions, Nigeria, champions of their league, get, I think, 200,000 nairas, and when you convert it to rands, I think it's 2.3 million rands, if I'm not mistaken, man. 2.3 million, man. If I get 2.3 million today, next week I'm on the next episode, yeah, I blow it, man. So imagine sharing that amongst the players, the technical team, the staff, and then you still need to use it for the club, the needs of the club, man. No, it's down bad, so I think a contract here in South Africa would be life-changing for a lot of these guys. So this is their chance to sell themselves. And going into this game, man, like I said, I think they will be playing for pride, and the only way to keep their pride is not to be walloped once again. And so I do not expect them to play on the front foot. I expect them to sit back, because, hey, man, last weekend, man, they were in 6s and 7s, man. There were gaps everywhere, man. And I don't think that's something that they will want to do in this game, because if they do so, man, they will get more than 5 once again. And like I said, when I spoke about what do we do, I think Coach Cardoso will probably or most likely rotate, and which will probably mean we will lack fluidity, the fluidity that we had on Sunday in the first leg will probably not be there if we rotate. But with that said, I still expect us to be dominant, to impose ourselves and totally dominate Remo Stars in this game, and this will be an opportunity for players who will be given a chance to raise their hands and impress, because such chances don't come every day, So I hope the guys will be given a chance, will go out there and impress, and who knows, maybe if some of them play really, really well, they play themselves into getting into the game, yeah, Pirates, be it from the bench or the starting lineup, So I think if I was Cardoso, I will do it like that. I'll rotate, man. I'll rest a lot of guys. Debs, I mean, I wouldn't have Debs in the squad, I'll say Debs, go rest, give him a week's break, because he's also suspended for a game against Orlando Pirates next week. So give Debs a break to recharge, so that when he comes back fresher, and he's able to perform for us like we need him to, And a lot of guys, I would give a rest. Someone like Marcelo Cadu, Marcelo Allende, a rest, because he's been playing so much, So yeah, maybe play the guys who've not been playing, give them 60 minutes, and then bring in the last 30 minutes, maybe bring the regulars, give them a run, so that Lebona, they are up to speed going to such a crucial game against Orlando Pirates next weekend. So this will be my lineup, not next weekend, the weekend after next. My lineup, I'll have Dennis Onyango, I'll have Kian Johannes at right back, because I'd definitely give Mudau a bit of a rest. I know he started late with the team, but Kylian traveled with the team to Nigeria, so that tells me that no, the technical team has been seeing something from him, because Tapelo and Zuko have been injured, and I think Zuko is only making his way back now. So give Kylian a chance, and then Grant, he's trying to get back, regain his match fitness. So I'll start him in this game. I'll start him in this game, as well as Libusa and Basadin at left back, man. Basadin needs to be given minutes, man. Come on, man. The guy is quality, man. I know Obre has been doing really, really well, but if Basadin can't play in this game, then when is he gonna play? In the middle of the park, I'll have Libusa and Mkhulise and Obas, and then just in front of them, I'll have Tsiki Ntabeleng, and then Resinho on the right as a right forward, and then Kutlwano Lkhaku left forward, and then Mutiba up top. I hope we batter them. I hope we give them 5+ once again, but I don't think it will be like that because of the multiple changes that we are most likely to make, which will influence or affect our fluidity. So I think we will still give them a hiding. I think it will be a 3-0 win for us, and we'll progress to the group stages once again. Thank you guys for watching. Please continue subscribing and helping us and help us grow the channel. The next time you will see us will be next week, Thursday, when we bring you the preview of our Betway Premiership potential humdinger of a match against Orlando Pirates. Until next time, Sharp Masandawana.